Zoro's News, Channel 21. I am wanting you to know that I'm still under construction and I am updating. But as you can see, I have a chart here. That this chart here is for teaching. I decided that I wanted to share with you, if I haven't already shared with you, that of course I wanted to be a teacher when I was young. So I wanted to be a teacher, and then I changed my mind. But although teaching is quite interesting, and everybody needs a teacher for something. Uh, let me see. Well, when we were children, or maybe before I was a child, I could say that they have offered classrooms where different ages can share in the groups. Now they separate different ages in groups that people can be in. Uh, it's unfortunate that people can flunk in a class and have to remain in the same uh, uh, grade for the next year. So I'm sorry about that if you ever experienced that, and if it ruins your reputation or something like that. So now I just want to say that it's important that you can recover and recoup from those things that you have experienced, the embarrassment, the shame. No need for you to be ashamed because it's something that you didn't know. And besides, before it happened to you, must has been going on for quite some time. So I have a chart here where I want to work on some math, trying to kind of get you interested in doing math. I might do other subjects depending on what I have come up, but I want to work on some multiplication. Okay, so if you have to do like, I'm gonna put um, 10. This is, we're going to start with easy numbers. 10 times 3, if you can see that, 10 times 3. Now, I'll start off with that. The 10 times 3 is anytime you have a number with the 0. This is how you do the math. First, I'm going to show you. You start here. This is number 1. And then you go here. So it's like if you have another number right here, you won't do that number until you complete all of these numbers, and that will go on line 1. Then you move over to the next number and move right here and start again. So it's like a progress. Every time it's a number here. So for say example, 2,533. Okay, 2,533. Then you would need, let's see, if I put 6, 5, and 2. It looks very difficult to do, but once you learn this process that's right here, then you will know how to continue on how to move here. So say for example, we'll start with the threes and this letter first. So you start going up, you write your number here, then you'll go up here, then you write your next number here, then you go right here, then you write your next number here, and then you'll go from here to here, then you write your next number here. Then you go from here to here, and then you write your next number here. So you should have in all total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2,000. I mean, 20,533 times 652. And it sounds like a big number, but it's really, really neat. Okay. So now, I would like to give you a like a more close up on it. So I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. Um, and as you can see, when I'm circling right here, this is 10 times 3. That's the more simple number. Now, you can practice studying your number with someone that you can concentrate with, or you can try to do it on your own, and it might can take longer. But this 0 times 3, you start up that way first, and then you go 1 times 3. And then you write your answer. Then the next one is 3 times 1, then you write your answer next to that, and then you add them up, and then you'll come up with a solution. What the answer will be. Okay, so now over here with 20,533 times 654. Now what you'll do is take this 5 and 3, and you'll put the number here. 5 and 3 again, you'll put the next number here. And it goes in a little order where you'll learn how to put them in correct order. Now 5 times 5 will go right here. Then 5 times 0 will go right here. And then finally 5 times 2 would go right here. So then you'll take the 6 and 3 and you'll put it right here. It's very simple. You're going in a line, you're just skipping from the next one number to the next number. Then when you get to the next line, you're skipping from that number to the next number. So it's simple. It's really easy. So, and then you have zero, what number am I on? 5 times 3 goes here. 5 times 3 again goes here. 5 times 5 goes here. 5 times 0 goes here. 5 times 2 goes here. And then once you add them all up, you'll bring this number down, this number down. Then after you add these up, this number goes here, this number goes here, this number goes here, and this number goes here, and one more number should go here. So you should have in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total. So when you think about it, it's 5 numbers up here. 5, 6, 7. 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 numbers that you should have on the board. Okay? So if I skip the number, I better make sure. You should have at least that number once you're counting. Okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So just remember, you have one number going over this way and that way, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at first, then there's 6, then you're adding 7. Okay? So that's just how it is. If you had one more number, then it would be 8. Now check it out. Check your math. Always check your math. But in class, I'm quite sure you can't use calculators for certain things you can. So now, I want to get you to learn this order and how you can do it. I'm going to put you back a little bit further so you can see how we do 10 times 3. Okay, so 10 times 3 is the more easier number that you'll work with. You'll put your line here. Always line it up properly so that way it won't be hard for you when you're trying to add everything up and when you're trying to calculate. So, uh, 0 times 3. Every time you're doing a number times 0, it's always 0. So you'll bring that 0 and put it right here. So since you don't have any other numbers to add with this, you'll have 3 times 1. Okay, so 3 times 1 is what? 3. Anytime you have one number, number 1, and any other number, it's that number. Okay, so if you got 10 times 1, it's 10. Those are the easier ones to add up. Okay, so for it, I will write. Let me put it over here. 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 times 2 equals 2. 1 times 3 equals 3. 1 times 4 equals 4. and so forth. So whatever number you're placing right here, that actually goes right here. So if you're having it on the chart right here, then it's going to go uh, right here. So I hope you can see this very well, because I need you to understand what the math is looking like. So excuse me for a moment. Okay. Now, okay. So you should be able to see the whole chart and how the math adds up. Now, when you're working with the zeros, let me go put a little line so I can separate the zeros. All right, now, 0 times 1, 0 times 2, that's equal 0, 0, and 0. Every time you put a number there, it's a 0. Even 0 times 0 is 0. Okay? So once you get the hang of it, and I'll try to do a couple more easier sessions where you can understand, but if you just try to calculate it in your head, then it'll be easier for you to understand. Always put your equal sign in there when you're doing classwork. Okay, so you won't be confused. Okay? Now I'll do another one since we did the 10 times 3 is 30. Um, I want to do a 2. So 25, I'm going to do a big 25 times 4. Okay? That's another easier example of doing math. Now, if you don't know your fives yet, because you have the zeros, the ones, the twos, the threes, the fours, the fives, the six, the sevens, the eights, the nines, the tens, the 11s, and 12s. Okay. Now, of course, we can do 13, but we usually have a chart going to the number 12. Okay. Um, 5 times 4. Okay. 5 times 4 is this. Okay. You're going to put 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, okay? 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, that's 4 times. That's what they mean by 5 times 4. 5 plus 5 is always 10, all right? 10 and 10 is like this. Let me see if I have some room here. 10, and I want to confuse you. 10 plus 10 is, you bring the zeros here. That's 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 1 is 2. It's simple as that. You're going straight up and down in the line for the addition. When you're doing timetables, you go like here, 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 and here. Then you go to the next line. Then you go here, 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 here. So I hope you understand. If you want to comment and you like the way I'm teaching you, please comment and let me know. Because you remember, you need to have math. You need to know how to count money. You need to know how to add up things. You need to know how to count people and things, so you can know what you need to replace or not replace, or what you need to get rid of if you have too many of something. So we're gonna go here. Since we know 5 4 times is 20, okay, so we added that as a 10, and then we added that as a 10, and then 10 plus 10 equals 20. So 5 plus times 4 is, you put the 0 here first. You have the 20. You got to carry this number in your hand or in your mind. Okay, so you put the 0 here first. Then you add the 2 on top of here, so you can remember that 4, when you go to the next number, which is 4 times 2. Those are the only numbers left to do. 4 times 2 is 8. All right. So, that is, let me see if I can make some room. And I just want to pause it. going to put it here. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So that's 2 4 times. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. You'll have 8. So since that's 8 plus 2 will be 10. So your answer is going to be 100. Okay? It's just that easy. You have, this is that number 8, and we can try to get into the chart a little bit later. But I just wanted to give you a little encouragement on how to work on your math, because it could be confusing. So I have this, I'm showing you how to use this. I'm showing you the big numbers, I'm showing you the small numbers, and then I'm showing you another smaller number which seems to or appears to be big because of the number 2. And then it's 25 versus 10. So we know that 25 is more than 10 somehow. Okay? So let's just remember the order. All the ones. Every time you're 1 times what equals whatever that number is. Even if this number becomes first and then that 1 comes on this side. Okay, so it's still the same. So I just want you to know. And thank you for tuning in with Zoro News. I want to give you more teaching techniques, learning how to do adding. If you want to request that, send it to the mailbox. I'm sure it'll be personal. If you want to do anything else, just let me know, because it's very important that we have our skills in school. Everybody wants to succeed in school, okay? And we don't want to laugh at other people if they're not doing as well. And so once you begin to learn how to do your numbers well, or subjects in class that you didn't think you would know how to do, if that's possible, I want you to not think of yourself as you're better now. Remember where you started from, where you had a hard time learning how to do this and that. So I just thank you for tuning in. And remember, always remember where you started out at, because you can always get back there. And the more you practice your numbers, the more it's going to stay in your head. So just let's remember why people need to study. If you're not being told that you need to study, or you think it's so hard and you haven't found the right person to help you study, then that's okay. So thank you for tuning in. This is Zoro News, Channel 21.